Winning streak continues. I haven't traded equity since 2020, but today we traded equity because it was moving so much. It had earnings yesterday. We're gonna go over all of that, but I haven't lost since last Tuesday. I really try not to think about it because then it can start getting into your head. But 1 hour time frame here on Xpon. As you guys can see, we have been running. We had earnings yesterday, and we just absolutely exploded to the upside. We were about $1.30 yesterday, and then now we opened up around $4 today on Xpon. Now, the reason why I was interested in this is because the price action was looking clean. It had earnings yesterday. It had the momentum, a ton of volume on Xpon. It's not like a regular penny stock or something like that. Like, it had a ton of volume coming in, and this is where I traded it at. I tried to find an entry at around $4, and it broke literally near open. I didn't want to take that. Absolutely died. So perfect. Came up. Now, I can't trade it because we already had the close above it and then we broke under it. So my next level was potentially at 16. Now, we were watching it, and next thing you know, it just absolutely exploded, flashed up to that 4.5 area, and then it got up into that 470 area. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to wait for $5 then to have an entry. And then it came right back down, and then it kind of held at that 416 level that we had previously, which is the highest close of the day, of that 416. So we kind of broke above it, kind of held this area. Buyers were really holding that $4 level as well. So I was using Bookmap at the same time, which really helped my entry, Bookmap usually doesn't help, but just because I'm trading equity, it helped in this situation. I saw that $4.50 had a very nice wall. And what we saw previously is every time this thing flashed up. So I'm like, all right, I want to get the $5 break. I know I'm not going to be able to get in around that $5 because it's just going to flash up or do something stupid like that. So I'm going to try and find an earlier entry, and that's exactly what I did. 4.5 had a very nice wall there, and I got in as that broke on that 4.5 level. And you guys can see also we had the reaction here. The high of this candle is 4.5, so it looked good. I wanted to take the risk there because it was just setting up super nice. We were holding really nice down here, and buyers are really coming in here. The time of sales was going nuts, and Bookmap showed that the buyers were holding it. Once we broke out of the wall, that's when I got in, or as it was breaking the wall, that's when I got in. And then it kind of stood there for a little bit. It went up to 70s, came right back down, retested 4.5, came right back up, kind of stood there, and then next thing you know, candle opened and then exploded into that $5 level, held $5 for a little bit, and then it broke. That's when I started taking some off. I took 70% out at around 23% on the equity. And you guys might be like, oh, well, equity, like how does it even, like, how are you getting the same percentage as your trading options? Look, from here to here is 13%, right? 13% in a minute. So it's literally the same thing. It had very nice liquidity. A lot of people try and do this on non-liquid stocks, but this had earnings. It's super liquid. I usually don't trade this, obviously, but this thing was setting up super nice. And then once we kind of held this 5, right, I was 70% out right in this area, and then I waited, or like 80% out in this area, and then I waited for the 5.5 to break, touched it. It broke half of the wall, but the wall was still there, so it wasn't able to break. And then retested again, didn't break it. Tried to go again, didn't break it. So I'm like, all right, stop loss break even. And then it came down, came back up, tried it again, and then absolutely fell. Stop loss break even hit right here on the rest of the equity. And I went 10th of a position size today just because I haven't traded equity in so long. So I wasn't willing to risk too much there, just because this thing, if it really wanted to, just could fall like that, and I didn't want any problems with that. Still made a nice bag here on Xpon, and I did this all live. I had this in the watch list, and I was giving my levels, everything like that on Xpon, and then we killed it. And I live trade this every single morning. Link in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.